Final 10 seconds. Gently place your hands on your eyes. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You may slowly open your eyes whenever you are ready and immediately drink water. Okay, friends, today we will understand and discuss about service. We would have heard of this term seva, service, right from our childhood. So what exactly is service? What exactly is seva? What is the difference between service and work? When you work, you do any work. You spend time, you make efforts, and you spend energy. And in service also, you spend time, you put in efforts, and you spend energy. So in service, you do the same thing. In your work also, you spend energy, time, and efforts. So what is the difference? The difference is when you do work, you get something in return. You get salary, money, or appreciation, or whatever. You get something in return. You are doing the work expecting something. When you do something expecting something, there is an energy exchange. So that is work. Service is there is no expectation. The difference between work and service is there is absolutely no expectation whatsoever in service. If there is no expectation, then why would anybody do service? They do it for the joy, for their own joy. So in service, there is no expectation of name and fame. There is not even acknowledgement, and you're not expecting acknowledgement. You're not even expecting recognition. So there is absolutely no expectations whatsoever. You are simply doing the work just for your own joy. So when you do something, when you do any voluntary work or do any kind of service without any expectations, that is the real service, my dear friends. Absolutely no expectations. And there are two categories of service. One is a physical service, and the second category is a spiritual service. For the people who have not yet come into meditation, for the people who have not yet come into Raja Yoga, they do the physical service. They are good-hearted people. They want to do good things. So according to their level of evolution, they want to help. So they help physically, like taking care of the people's needs and providing food, annadana, vastradana, clothes, giving clothes, shelter, education, building hospitals, laying roads, taking care of the infrastructure. So they do all physical service. That comes under Karma Yoga Part 1. Tomorrow, I will speak about yoga, and we'll discuss in detail about Patanjali's Yoga Sutras tomorrow. So in this coming week, I will speak more about this yogas, different type of yogas, and I'll speak about manifestation. I'll speak about the soul journey. So we'll understand more in this week. But Karma Yoga, Karma Yoga means union. Karma Yoga means you become one with your work. So in Karma Yoga, there are two parts, Karma Yoga Part 1 and Karma Yoga Part 2. Karma Yoga Part 1, you do it before you come into spiritual path. And Karma Yoga Part 2, you come after you come into the spiritual path. So that is called spiritual service. So spiritual service is the highest form of service. Okay, every service is good, but spiritual service takes the top spot. So service really gives you a lot of joy. If you want to experience real joy, then you have to experiment doing service. And the reason why spiritual service is the highest service is physical service makes you dependent. For example, you give food to somebody who is hungry. Tomorrow he will come again because tomorrow also he is hungry, and day after tomorrow also he is hungry. So he will come back to you again and again. So in a way, he becomes dependent on you. Any amount of physical work you do, there's always people who need more. There's always people who need more. So there becomes a certain kind of dependency, and whatever you help is only temporary. Whether you give clothes, food, medicines, anything you give, it serves him only temporary. But spiritual service is you are making him take his own responsibility and making him realize his own self. So you make him understand the spiritual laws, you make him understand law of karma, you teach him spiritual science, you teach him meditation. So he becomes a master, he becomes an independent person, and he is no more dependent on you. So spiritual service uh, enables a person to become independent, and physical service, there is always a possibility of dependency. So that's the reason the spiritual service is the highest. And the more in the spiritual service, what is spiritual service? Teaching meditation, teaching spiritual science, and supporting the organizations who are teaching spiritual science and meditation. Either you can do the teaching, or if there is no possibility that you can do the teaching, at least you can support the people who are doing the teaching. That is also a spiritual service. Both are spiritual. You are directly doing the service, or you are supporting the people who are already doing the service. Both are spiritual service. The more you realize, the more you teach, the more you learn. Because what you are teaching, you are perfecting it. Unless you become unless you become a teacher, you cannot become a good student. Because a good student is one who constantly keeps on learning. A good student is one who constantly keeps learning. So the more you teach, the more you keep learning. So you become a good student. And the more you are better in learning, the more you become a better teacher in teaching. So only a good learner can be a good teacher. So teaching is the best way of learning, my dear friends. And there are fundamentally three categories of service people, right? First, we have discussed about what are the two categories of service. One is the physical and another is the spiritual. They both are good karmas. They both help us to neutralize all our karmic baggage. But among the physical and spiritual, spiritual takes the highest spot. So there are three categories of people who want to do service. There's the first category, the people with service intent. The second category is service oriented. And the third category is the perfect masters of service. So let us go in detail and understand. So the first category of the people, they have the good intentions to do service, but they take care of their family responsibilities first, and whatever the entertainment, whatever their personal pleasures. So they take care of all those things first. So after they take care of their family, their personal lives, like going to movies, going for holidays, so they make sure they are fully enjoying their life. There is no compromise. So they fully utilize their lives for their personal pleasures and taking care of the family and family needs. In spite of doing all those things, they have a little bit of spare time. So in that spare time, they want to do good things to others. Like, for example, if they are a musician, they want to teach music for free to the people, to the students around their neighborhood. Or, they have a lot of money, then they would like to use that money to help the people. Or if they are a meditator, then they will use that spare time to teach meditation to others. So the first category people, they take care of all their physical needs, physical comforts, physical pleasures, family needs. They take care of everything. Only if they have spare time, then they want to do service. That is the first category. Okay. So the second category of the people, they take care of family responsibilities, but they cut down their entertainment. They cut down their personal pleasures because they feel when they do service, that gives the real joy, because they have tasted the real joy of service. So what they do their dharma, they take their family responsibilities and they focus on taking care of the family and the family needs. and the family comforts. And then the rest of the time, whenever they find time, all the rest of the time in their life, they focus on service, service, service. So this is the second category people. So the first category people, compared to the first category, the second category people are little more evolved. Spiritually, they are evolved. In the soul evolution, the second category people are more evolved than the first category people. Then comes the third category people. So in the third category, they are the perfect masters in service. So they dedicate full time in their service, whatever the job, their full-time job would be service. So they even set aside the family responsibilities also, because for them, the whole planet Earth is their family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So they feel it's not, the physical family is not the only family. They have to take care of the bigger family. So they might fulfill just the basic needs, of the family, they might fulfill. But all the rest of the time, 24/7, they are dedicated in serving others, in serving the mankind, animal kind, human, bird kind. They always want to serve, serve, serve. So examples of these perfect masters, they're called Chakravartis in the service. We call it as perfect masters in service. If you take the physical category, physical service, like you can consider Nelson Mandela or Mother Teresa or Mahatma Gandhi. So these people, they are Chakravartis in the physical service. And if you want to take examples of perfect masters in the physical, in the spiritual service, then you have Mahavir, you have Guru Nanak, and you have Jesus Christ, you have Buddha, you have Krishna. So all those people, they are full-time into spiritual service, my dear friends. And one has to always do the service according to their evolution. For example, Swami Rama, he wrote such a beautiful book, Living with the Himalayan Masters. So he was a youngster around the age of 20, in his 20s. That was the time when the freedom struggle was happening in the 1940s in India. So he was getting trained into meditation, into spiritual science from his gurus. But he felt the urge to participate in the freedom movement. And he felt that is the need of the hour. He need to serve the country and he need to participate in the freedom movement. Then his gurus discouraged him. His guru said, no, your evolution is not for physical service. Your soul has evolved beyond that. So you have to do only spiritual service. That suits you. Physical service doesn't suit you. Spiritual service suits you. Follow your potential. So that is their advice. They discouraged him. Then they told him, you focus on your spiritual sadhana. You are going to help the whole of the planet Earth. Right now you want to participate. You are helping this country. Physically you are helping. But when you become a teacher, you are going to help the whole of the mankind. So they discouraged, because Swami Rama is a spiritually evolved person. So he has to focus on his level of evolution. According to his level, he has to do the service. So this is the guidance Swami Rama received. And Vivekananda clearly spoke, physical service is a temporary service. And he gave an example, because Vivekananda used to eat fish, which is not right, but he used to eat fish. So Vivekananda said, don't give fish. He just gave an example. Don't feed fish to the people. Teach them how to fish themselves, how to catch the fish. So he said, don't give the fish. Teach the people how to catch fish. So he was referring to the spiritual service. He said spiritual service makes the person independent. Physical service makes the person dependent. So physical service only takes care of physical problems, and that too temporary. But spiritual service takes care of physical problems, materialistic problems, and also spiritual evolution. So spiritual service takes the peak in the hierarchy of the service. And we have to always focus on our best potential. In what way we can serve the best way, we have to focus on that. For example, I can clean the roads. I can help the municipal corporation to clean the roads. I can go distribute clothes. I can go to the flood affected areas. I can do all those things. I'm capable. My body is capable to do all those things. I can go and sweep the roads. I can do that. But I'm equipped to teach meditation. I know spiritual science. So I have to focus on teaching meditation. I have to focus on teaching spiritual science because that is appropriate for me. So one has to always focus on their best potential in whatever they can do the service. And service helps you to clear your karmic baggage. And you might ask, sir, how it happens? How does the service is directly related to the karma? First, let us understand what is karma. Karma is not a punishment. Karma is a learning tool. It is an opportunity for you to learn soul lessons. Karma is never a punishment. Okay, through karma, you learn the lessons. Through challenges, you learn the lessons. So the very purpose of karma is for us to learn the soul lessons. So for example, I hurt somebody. So according to the karma, what you give comes back. So I will be hurt by somebody else and I go through the feeling of hurt. So when I experience hurt, I realize how painful it is. So I decide, okay, next time I don't want to give this pain to anybody because I know how painful it is. So I don't want to give this pain to another person. See, I learned the lesson. So because of karma, what you do comes back to you. And when it comes back to you, you go through the pain and suffering. And through the pain and suffering, you learn a lot of lessons. And through learning that lessons, you become an evolved person. Okay, so karma is fundamentally to learn the lessons. And it is not a punishment system, my dear friends. So we would have done many bad karmas in all our past lives. In the beginning of the soul evolution, when you are an infant soul, baby soul, young soul, your focus is only on survival and domination and money, name and fame. So eventually you will do more bad karmas in the beginning stages of the soul evolution. In the later stages, in the mature soul, then you will stop doing all the bad karmas. You will focus only on good karmas. But when you become the old soul, now it is time to pay back, balance the accounts. So the old soul pays back, neutralizes, settles a lot of bad karmas from their previous incarnations. Because unless your karmic accounts are settled, you cannot progress further in your spiritual evolution. You cannot graduate from this earth plane until all the accounts are balanced. So the old soul, the more they do service, the more they do good karmas. It neutralizes the bad karmas which they have done in the past. You might ask, sir, is it straightforward? It is not straightforward. You have to understand karma has two aspects. Karma has two aspects. The first aspect is you learn the lesson. The moment you learn the lesson, you come out of the karmic loop. That is the first aspect. So every time you meditate, your awareness increases and you keep on evolving, you keep on learning the lessons. So then you are out of all the karmic loops. That is the first aspect. The second aspect is, even though you learn the lesson, you are out of the karmic loop, but still the accounts has to be settled. The settlement has to happen. Because of you, so many people suffered. So you have to settle it. You have to settle. The residues are there. The karmic residues are there. So settlement has to happen. So the more you do good karmas, the karmic settlement happens. So with meditation, your awareness increases. With mindfulness, your awareness increases. So you learn the lessons. So you are out of the karmic loop. But still accounts has to be settled. So the more you do good karmas, the more your accounts are settled. Okay. So in that way, the more you do seva, the more all your karmic debts are settled, my dear friends. And also, eventually, the more your karma is burnt off, permanently burnt off. Settled means finished. The more your karma is burnt off, the more eventually you will have vibrant health, good health. More you have bad karmas, more will be the health problems. If you don't have any bad karmas, you will not have any health problems. That is the equation between the health and bad karmas. Good karmas comes as a blessing, prosperity. The more you do good karmas, the more you have health, wealth, prosperity. Bad karmas, illness. And we should always focus on moving up in the service category. For example, if you are in the service category 1, where you have the intent, then you should become service oriented. And if you're already service oriented, you should focus on becoming perfect masters of service. So as you keep moving up in your efforts to do service, eventually you are in the path of enlightenment. And the most important is, whenever you are doing the service, you should remember this point. You should underline this point. Whenever you are doing a service, do it as a pure witness. Okay? Don't think like I am doing it, that I should not be there. I am doing it. I am the doer. So if you remove that I, that doership, then there is only witness. The service is happening through you, and you become a witness of all the things happening through you. And when you get into that state of service where you are totally detached and there is no I, and you are just doing it for the pure joy, for the pure bliss of doing it, and you are not doing it and it is happening through you, and you are just being a witness. So that is an enlightened state, my dear masters, my dear friends. So it is very important we understand the right way of doing the service, so that we are no more stuck. You see, if you do bad karmas, you are stuck in the loop. You are chained with iron chains. If you do good karmas, also it is kind of a loop only. It is more of a golden chain. Okay, because if you do bad karmas, you have to take one more birth to pay the consequences. If you do good karmas, and you have to take one more lifetime to reap the benefits. I'm speaking about the physical service. If you're focused only on the physical service, then bad karmas you have to take one more lifetime. Good karmas also you have to take one more lifetime, because you have to reap the benefits of it. But if you become a witness consciousness, you become a yogi. Okay, so this is what Krishna said to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was a Sattvic Guni. He doesn't want to kill his uncles, he doesn't want to kill his teachers and brothers, because he's a Sattvic Guni. And he want to drop the Gandivan, he don't want to participate in the battlefield, in the Kurukshetra. So then Krishna gave the Gita and said, Arjun, hey Arjun, you don't speak too much, you don't know anything about you. I know everything about you and I know everything about myself. Unless you become a yogi, you cannot come out of this chain of life and death. He said, yes, you want to do good things. With the good things, you can go to Brahmalokas, but you have to come back again. Even if you go to Brahmalokas, you have to come back, you have to reincarnate again. Unless you go to Satyalokas, then there is no more life. That will be the last life. So you have to go to the Satyalokas. So be a yogi. So that is his statement. Hey Arjun, be a yogi. So when you meditate, when you become a yogi, then you come out of this attachment. I am doing it. So you come out of both good and bad. You will start doing spiritual service, and then you will not have the identity that I am doing it. You become a witness, a pure Sakshi Bhav. So in that state, that becomes the final lifetime. So it's a very big subject. Law of karma is a very big subject. Maybe we will cover it at some point of time in this week or next week. But the most important point to understand is, whatever the best you can do, you serve others. That will help in balancing your karmic account. And do it not for the sake of others. Do it not feeling pity. The most important is, you should not do service feeling pity. That is worst kind of service. Never feel pity on anybody and do the service. God created everybody the same. If you feel pity, that means you are insulting God. You think you are a little superior. You think you are in a better position. You feel pity on the other persons. No, God created everybody the same. We are all the same. Don't never put yourself in the pedestal and feel pity on others. Everybody is paying their own karmas and everybody is God. So you should understand that everybody is God, and never feel pity on anybody, and do the service for your joy. So you have to underline, never do any service out of pity. Always do service for your own joy. You should underline this statement, and that is the right service. And no expectations whatsoever. No acknowledgement, no recognition, no name and fame. Nothing you are expecting. You are simply doing for your own joy. That is the right service, my dear friends. And get into a witness consciousness. The more you meditate, the more you have the capacity to do the service as a witness consciousness. Unless you are a meditator, you cannot get into the witness consciousness. So if you have any questions with this topic of service, maybe I'll take 1 or 2 questions and we'll finalize this day. And tomorrow we'll speak about Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, Raja Yoga. Okay. Okay, Taruni, can I unmute?
Good morning, sir. I got a question, doubt on this. The persons who gives pravachan or telling about our scripts, Bhagavad Gita and Ramayana and other things, they are also doing service.
Naturally.
That comes in spirituality.
Naturally, whatever you do that helps somebody physically is physical service. Whatever you do helps somebody spiritually evolve, that is a spiritual service.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Okay. Lakshmi.
Namaste, Pradeep Ji. So as Lakshmi Sandhya, I live in Canada. My question is, I teach music. I started few years before, just because that's not my profession, but my friends forced me to teach, so I started teaching. But I was not expecting anything. I refused to take. But they said Guru Dakshina is important, otherwise kids don't get anything out of it and all. So I said, okay, it's up to you. But I'm not going to keep track of anything as such. But slowly, 2 kids became 40 kids as such. But still, I insist everyone, like, I am not expecting anything, but they still pay or whatever. Like they said, I transferred, so but I don't keep track of anything. And I try to donate as much as I could out.
Come to the question, madam. Come to the question.
So is it, why is it, how will that become a service? Though I told I'm not expecting anything, but if I
see, if you charge money for teaching, for your teaching, you charge money, then it is not service. But somebody wants to voluntarily give you a donation, then it is still a service because you are not expecting. They want to give for their joy. So receiving donations is perfectly fine. That is still a service.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Yes. Mahesh Ji.
Mahesh here. I am a volunteer in a ombudsman's office. It's a federal program which looks after the elders in the assisted living and nursing home. We have to take care of that they are not neglected, abused, or exploited. Now, one day the nurse told me that please speak to this lady, 90 years plus, and she has only one child, a daughter, and she's not speaking with her. So,
sir, can we be more precise and come to the point straight?
Yes,
because we have more questions.
So I went there and spoke to her and convinced her that she should speak. Now, which is this aspect? Is it?
It's physical service.
Physical.
It's physical.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
It's a physical service. Okay. Rekha.
So this is Rekha from Fiji. My question is regarding physical service. Is feeding birds and feeding stray dogs, is that a service?
Yes, you are helping physically. You are helping them physically. So that's a physical service. Very simple.
Okay.
You will see. You have to understand if that is what is your joy. If that is what is your potential, you have to do it. But if you have better potential, then focus on your better. Whatever is your better potential, you focus on it. But all services are good.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Kalaivani.
Morning, Mr. Pradeep Ji. My question is, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
My question is, donating to orphanage, Is it physical service?
Of course, it's a physical service. You are donating money for orphanage to buy them food, clothes, education, anything that helps them physically. So that is a physical service. But you are donating to an organization which is only teaching meditation and spiritual science. That becomes a spiritual service.
So we can do it parallel.
You follow your heart. I'm not discouraging you not to do physical service. I'm saying you follow your heart, but you do your potential, you do your best. Anything, whatever your heart says, you follow it.
Thank you.
All services are good, but comparatively, spiritual service takes the top spot. Like you say, sir, I have only limited time. I have only limited resources, but I want to make sure I'm doing the best service. I'm doing the best seva. Then focus on spiritual service. But every service is good. You follow your heart, sir. Whatever gives you joy, you please do that.
Thank you, Master.
Yes. Okay. Alka.
हेलो सर, मैं रायपुर से अलका. मेरा क्वेश्चन है, ड्यूरिंग सर्विस वी गेट सो मच एप्रिशिएशन, so we should enjoy it, or what thought we should have at that time?
Okay, first of all, the primary thing is you don't expect appreciation. But if somebody is appreciating you, you just be a witness. That's all. Don't take it that they are appreciating me and don't take it personally. Just be a witness. Just be humble. I said, it happened through me. Just say, I didn't do Baba, it happened through me. That's all. Okay, so just get into that humbleness and witness consciousness.
What we feel really, I feel very happy when someone says it's too good. I am.
Of course, everybody feels happy. Somebody appreciates, everybody feels happy. You should feel happy. There is nothing wrong in feeling happy. There is nothing wrong in feeling happy. But just understand the truth. You have been as a vehicle, that's all. Don't get into that I am doing it. When you get into that I am doing it, then you're stuck in the ego. So feel happy. Somebody is appreciating you, feel happy. But have this understanding that God or universe has created this opportunity for you to experience this, but you are not doing it. It is happening through you. Okay. Next, Mangal. Unmute, sir. Mangal. You are on the mute, madam. Yes, it's okay now.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, madam.
Good morning, Pradeep ji. Some doubt is coming while performing service in my mind. Like that, what you have mentioned, I'm just doing pre-teaching for teachers and students. But sometimes they only say if you are doing this valueless or priceless or without money, there is no value. People take it very lightly.
You stick on to the truth, madam. Don't stick on to the people's opinions. Stick on to the truth. Only truth liberates you.
Is it something like that? Because if I am not taking money, then I am also increasing my karma because I am giving them something. So is it like that? I am also increasing my karma.
First of all, you have to understand. First of all, you have to be clear about the definition of service. You are confusing. You are confused. You have to understand the definition of service. Service means you are doing voluntary work. You are helping others for your own sake, for your own joy. That's the agenda. You feel joyful to do service and you are doing it. That's all. So that is a very definition of service. So don't think about you are increasing your karma. No, you do good things, you get good karma only. Very simple. Truth is very simple, madam. Okay, next. Neeru.
Yes. Pradeep ji, I had a confusion. Like it is always ki you're doing one thing at a time, either physical or spiritual, or both can be done at the same time. Like I help I should not say needy, whenever who needs help financially or anything, we help. But from last 20 years, I'm doing satsang also. I've been joined with a guru from last 30 years, and from last 20 years, we have in every city, we have a satsang, which I am conducting. And like you said, like people appreciate you clear very nicely, you make our queries clear very nicely. You get a feeling of happiness, but still I have the feeling it is only through me. So what type of a service is it?
Can you be a little more precise, madam, with your question?
I wanted to ask, it will come under physical service or spiritual? Like I'm taking satsang, and the physical service is also by the side, like you help the needy financially or anything.
Okay. See, whenever you are doing, whenever you are supporting, when you say satsang, I am assuming that you are giving the spiritual teachings, you are teaching meditation. Am I right?
Yeah, meditation, as well as we get Vani from our guru, written Vani, which is based on
that is fine. That is fine. That comes under spiritual service only.
Okay.
Because you are through your satsang, through your teachings, somebody is getting empowered. So when somebody gets empowered, so that is a spiritual service. On a soul level, they are getting empowered. You see, on a soul level, spirituality means you understand your soul, you understand yourself. That is spirituality. So you are helping somebody spiritually evolve. That is a spiritual service.
Okay.
Okay. So what you're doing is spiritual service.
Thank you.
And in the process of spiritual service, there might be physical service also attached. For example, you are teaching meditation. Okay, you invite people to come to your house and you teach meditation for free. Okay, and you are doing it for your own joy. But at the same time, you give food also to the people, whoever comes to your house. So whoever comes and learns meditation, you give food also. So even though that food is a physical service, but that is part of the spiritual activity. So together it becomes spiritual service.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Next, Shailaja.
Hello, sir. This is Shailaja from Canada. So, in service, if I don't have any expectations, but back of the mind, if I have a thought that this service is helping me to clear my residue karmas, so this thought will be considered as expectations, or is it still?
No, that is just an understanding. That's all. That is an understanding that the service is going to help you. That's all. So that is an understanding. Okay. See, in the beginning stages, for the soul to do the service as a witness consciousness, everybody has to make an effort, but it doesn't happen so easy. In the beginning, you will have some expectations. You will feel so happy when somebody appreciates, and you will crave for appreciation unconsciously. So in the beginning, all those things are there, but slowly you have to become aware of it and let go of all the expectations and come into the witness consciousness. Okay. So only with efforts, only with deep meditation, and only with understanding right spiritual science, reading more books, you will master this service. Even this witnessing to be in a witness consciousness while doing service also doesn't happen just like that. It takes a lot of practice, and every time you catch hold of yourself, and every time you do better. Okay, it comes with practice.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Next, Johnson.
Namaste, Master Pradeep.
Namaste, Johnson.
How are you? A long time.
Yes.
Okay, my question is very simple. Recently, I write some Mouna experience, or even reading book experience, or the action of the book, sharing in Facebook version in China. It's not Facebook, so the kind of sharing with pyramid very picture and things like that. So is that considered part of service?
Yes, it is definitely spiritual service.
All right. And also we do some translation on YouTube, like Dr. Newton, Chandra speaking. We do some Chinese translation. That one also consider services, right?
Yes. Any time you spend, any work, any effort you spend, which helps others, and you're not expecting anything in return. You are giving your time, you're giving your energy, you're making efforts, which helps others. That is service.
Okay.
Without any expectations.
Yeah, no expectation. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. All right. Amit.
Sir, I am Amit from Delhi. One confusion. If we are offering the service to the people who have a bad karmas, is it not the interference of the law of karma? Because they are
you are not worried about others' karma, sir. Don't worry about others' karma. Don't judge whether the other person is going through bad karmas or not. You are nobody to judge other situations. So your only focus is why you are doing it. Why you want to do anything. You are doing it feeling pity, or you are doing it only for your joy. With respect, you are doing with joy. So focus on what is your intentions. You should be worried. You should be focused on your intentions, and you should be focused on your attitude.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So do only when you feel joy, not out of pity. Don't worry about others' karma. You focus on your joy. That is important.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Next, Grace.
Good morning, Pradeep.
Yes,
so I'm
hello, Grace.
Malaysia. So I have a question: is service necessary for your spiritual growth?
It is 200% necessary. Without service, you cannot grow spiritually. It is 200% necessary.
Thank you so much.
Sanjeev Gupta.
Sir, I have a question that I'm a professor by profession. I have two options with me to teach my students. One is referring myself to them videos, lectures, or any other organization which is not charging any money for meditating, guiding them for meditation. Another option is that I am referring them to the organization who is charging money for meditation or any kind of service. So which service is the best, and why should we resort to that service?
You see the quality of it. The first is, if at all you are referring to something. So first you have to focus on the quality. Some organizations might give a very good quality teaching, but they might charge money. Some organizations, they might teach free, but it's not the absolute truth. And some organizations, they teach for free, but it is also the absolute truth. So you see all those permutations, combinations, you see any organization which is speaking the truth, simple, straightforward, and they are doing it as a service, that should be your first priority. Okay. You got the answer, sir?
Yes, sir, I got the answer.
But you should don't judge the other organizations who are doing a good work, but they are charging money. That means they are doing some kind of transaction. It is not a service. Whenever you charge money, it is not a service. Whenever you charge money, it is a work, it is a business, it is a transaction. But service is something where there is no money exchange.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So next, Anili.
Good morning, Master.
Yes,
I'm
madam.
Annie from Malaysia. Yeah, I have a doubt here. Can we donate our organ or body when we die?
No organ donation.
No organ. How about
No
this?
organ.
Because I read about the silent mentor program. What is your opinion on it?
What is that? Silent?
Silent mentor program that is donating your body for medical research.
Yeah. Whatever. See, you have to understand karma. See, at the end of the day, you have your own choice. Whatever you want to do, you can do. But if you want to understand the truth, if you want to understand the consequences, you want to understand the truth behind your actions, then you have to do a little more research and you have to do more meditation. Then only you will be able to understand the karmic effects. See, our karma is stored in our etheric body, and every organ is surrounded with etheric layers, energy tubes. So every organ is associated with a certain karmic energy field. And when you are donating your organ, so your karmic field is getting interfered with an other's karmic field. So there is a lot of karmic exchange, a lot of karmic baggage gets exchanged because of this organ donation. So this is from the spiritual perspective. But from the physical perspective, yes, all the governments, all the doctors, and they encourage. But I'm speaking from the spiritual perspective. You follow your own guidance. If you ask me from the spiritual perspective, there should be no organ donation because it will interfere in the karma. But you follow your heart.
Thank you for the explanation. Great.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. Gunjan.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, madam. Go ahead.
I'm Gunjan from Chandigarh. My question is, I want to know if we do service very wholeheartedly, is it good if we do for one person or a larger number of people?
Naturally, the more the better.
No, if you cannot approach too many people, but your circumstances allow you
do your
to,
best, madam. Do your best. Yes. If you can do service to one person, good. But if you have the capacity to an opportunity to reach to many people, more is better. Do your best. You have to do the capacity to your best.
Okay, thank you.
You have to
sir.
do the service according to your best capacity.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. See, I can teach meditation only for one person. I can sit in my house and say, okay, whoever comes to my house, I will teach meditation. I have that option. Or I have an option to travel around the world and teach meditation. Or I can connect to the Zoom and teach for more people. So I have to focus on my best. Whatever is my best potential, I should do that. So reaching out to more people, serving more people is the ultimate. And if you can serve the whole of the humanity, that is, you are Chakravarti. Yes. Nabin.
Sir, namaskar. I am Nabin
Yes, sir.
from Delhi. Second time I am coming to you, sir. Just with a question I am coming to you. From
Yes.
last 10 years, sir, I am doing Reiki. I am Reiki master. And from last 1 year, I am doing Anapanasati from Chandra sir's meditations. And I have been serving the people with the psychic healing. I am a psychic healer. But from the Reiki, the healing process has much improved doing the Anapanasati meditation from Chandra sir. And it is becoming magic. I find the magic in it. And I serve the people. I don't charge money for doing this psychic healing to others. Only I heal them. And nowadays, whosoever is asking me for the healing purposes, I heal them and then teach them how to do Anapanasati. And I convince them, you are the great healer. Understand yourself. Who are you? You are the great healer, and do this Anapanasati and heal yourself. This is my question is my psychic healing is a physical service, and this Anapanasati teaching is, of course, is a spiritual service. That is, which one is correct, sir?
Okay. So since you asked this question, are you ready to listen to the truth, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So healing is bad karma. When you interfere in others' self-healing process, that is a bad karma. I understand you have a gift, and I understand you have certain intentions, pure intentions to heal, but healing should be always self-healing. If you heal another person, you are also interfering in his karma, because every illness is there to teach us some lesson. Suppose somebody is having a headache. He has a headache. He has the headache in the first place because he has to learn some lesson. That's the reason he got the headache. So you do the Reiki healing, you pass some energy. You say you are just a conduit and you are just passing the energy through. So, but in that process, he heals the headache, but he misses the lesson. He missed the lesson why he got the headache in the first place. So his karma is postponed. So because of your action, he missed that lesson. So you will get that karma. And the person who got healed, because he didn't learn the lesson, so he will manifest a bigger headache sooner or later. So it doesn't help you, it doesn't help the healer, and it doesn't help the person who is getting healed. So if you teach meditation, okay, you have a certain gift of Reiki. Somebody comes to you and they are in a very emergency situation. You just do 10% so that he can able to sit physically and close his eyes and meditate. So just do 10% and ask him to do meditation and ask him to and teach him the spiritual science and ask him to go for the self-healing process. That is correct. See, when you have a gift comes with great responsibility. Every gift comes with great responsibility. You should know when to do, when to use the gift, when not to use the gift, how to use the gift, how not to use the gift, whom to use, whom not to use. So all these permutations, combinations, you need to be aware. Any one combination misses comes as a bad karma. So gift comes with great responsibility. So my suggestion to you would be, since you've been known as a therapist or a healer for many years, whoever comes to you, you please teach them spiritual science, you teach them Anapanasati meditation, and you empower them, then that will be the spiritual service and that will be the highest good karma for you. Okay, so please stop healing others, sir, because healing belongs to the old age. Now in this new age, it is self-healing process. Everybody should be empowered.
But sir, one thing, once the person is coming for healing and he or she does not get cured through normal medicine from the doctors and ultimately realizing how I am going to be healed in that particular emergency situations, once people are coming to me, I help them and they get healed. That is it coming under bad karma?
Naturally, somebody is desperate. They come to you. You teach them why they are having that illness in the first place. Give them the understanding that illness is not punishment. They have manifested it. The soul has chosen it for a reason, for a lesson to learn. And you explain them the law of karma. You explain them that every illness can be healed through meditation, through good karmas. You educate them. Then you teach them meditation. Then that's the right thing to do. If you feel that the person is completely bedridden, is not in a position to even sit and meditate also, in that cases, you can do 10%. Don't do 100% healing. Do 10% and then teach the meditation, provided he is sincere. If he is sincere, you do 10% healing. If he is not sincere, then don't do. Because if he is not sincere in meditation, then don't do it. Because if you heal him, he will come back to you. Tomorrow he will again manifest. He will again come back to you.
So one thing, sir, in case the patient is totally unconscious, and
that is an emergency situation, you have to take a call.
I am talking about the same case, sir. Is it yet it bad karma?
I leave it to your discretion, because you are having that gift. So you need to know when to do, when not to do, how not to do, whom to do, who not to do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You need to take that discretion.
I understood clearly. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
This I actually since then I am doing that Anapanasati for more than 1 year. That is from July last year. I have been teaching same persons. I have been teaching them this Anapanasati, and they do not come back to me. They do their own and they share their experiences to me. I tell them, you also tell others or family members to do Anapanasati, and that process is continuing now. And this process, is it a bad karma or good karma?
When you make somebody independent, when you teach meditation and they never come back to you for healing, that is good karma for you. As long as the people don't come back to you ever again, you are doing good karma.
Right, sir, right. So nice. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So, Shilpa.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Shilpa from Gurgaon. So my question is, doing service for others is earning good karma. So what about receiving service from others? How does it change our karma?
Graceful. Be graceful when you're receiving something. You get something because you deserve it in the first place. If you don't deserve it, you will never get it. So when you're receiving support or help from the others, be graceful.
Sure. But should we do something in return? Should we try to return?
It is like this. When you're receiving, receive with grace, receive with happiness. And you don't need to give back to the same person. You give to the people who you feel they are most needed. Okay, don't think the account should be with one-to-one. No, you are in the field. You are in this field. So in this planet Earth, you don't need to pay back to the same person. You can pay back to the whole. You just give it back to the field.
Sure. Okay. Thank you. And after listening to you just now, this thought that I always had, I told you last time that I want to be a healer. I'm really thinking whether this is a good thought that I had, or I should change my way.
You should think twice if you want to be a healer. I mean, a healer, what is the definition of a healer? A healer is somebody who helps in the healing process, correct? That is the definition of a healer. So you can help the people in their self-healing process. That is a perfect healer. But if you make them dependent on you, you try to interfere in their problem, you try to give solutions to them, you try to interfere in their learning pattern, in their learning process, and then give quick fix solutions, then that is bad karma.
Sure, got it. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Kalaivani.
Sorry, Master. Again, yeah. Donating to temple, and I don't know what they do with the money, but this is the state. We need money to do something, so we donate money to temple.
So temple doesn't come under. See, temples are part of a religion, but if you donate to a temple where they teach meditation, where they teach spiritual science, that is okay. But if you are donating to a temple which is based on a belief system and there is more rituals and idol worship and nothing much, then that is just a physical service. Whatever the money you give, they give it as prasad, they use it for food and other things. That is physical service.
Sorry, Master. In the long run, okay, when temple and myself, you start meditating, I feel like I'm God. So do I need to go to temple?
When you are God, then who are you going to see going to temple?
When I tell people, they say I'm crazy.
No, you are not crazy. You are thinking the right way. See, in temples, there are beautiful statues. Okay, you can go to the temples to enjoy the Shilpa Kala. There are beautiful statues in temples, but there is no God. God is inside you. God is not in the statue. Of course, God is everywhere, but primarily you are God. Tattvamasi, you are that you are God and everybody around you is God. So in temple, there is a beautiful statue. You can enjoy the art, you can enjoy the sculpture, you can enjoy the fragrance, you can enjoy the prasad, all those things physically you can enjoy, but God is inside you. That is the truth.
Thank you, Master.
Yes. Sanjay, so let it be the last question. So we are integrating the topic of service. So interesting.
I am Sanjay Chauhan from Delhi. So donating in the social functions and in the local also Holi, Diwali and all this. So
okay, you are going to a marriage. You are going to a marriage and you donate to your friends and relatives so that they will announce your name. So that is not even considered as service in the first place.
Okay. And
that is just you are donating out of social obligations. That is not a service.
Okay, but donating in the like Holi, Diwali, and all these functions in the colonies and all, where it comes.
But what is your reason? What is your intention to donate? You are donating because you are compelled to donate by the society, or you are donating out of your own joy? What is the intention?
Like out of own joy. It's not the compulsion from the
If you are doing it out of own joy, then it is a physical service. But if you are compelled to, or there is a peer pressure, everybody in your colony is donating and you have to donate, or if you don't donate, then people will look down on you. That is not a service.
Okay.
That is just a pure transaction, social obligations.
Okay. One more question that is not related to service. That is the fooding today, because we had been on the liquid diet 2 days. What should be the food plan today?
Okay, so if you are having liquid diet and when you want to come out of that liquid diet, So you should always go with the fruits. So the landing and takeoff should be smooth. So when you are going into the liquid diet, you just take fruits, one meal, and then into the liquids. So when you are coming out of the liquids, when you are coming out, you go with fruits for one meal or two meals, and then into the solid foods, cooked food.
Okay.
So when you are coming out, it should be a slow and gradual process. You cannot stun your body. I mean, from liquids, you cannot put too much spices and cooked food that will disturb your body. Always, it should be gradual. So from liquids, we should go to the fruits. From fruits, we should go to the cooked food.
Can we take some sprouts also today?
Yes.
That is uncooked. Sprouts.
Yes, yes. Sprouts, let sprouts be later on. Let the sprouts be on the second meal. But the immediate meal take after liquids should be fruits.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, friends. So I hope you got all the answers and integrated this service. And once again, I emphasize, it is very essential. Service is very important for your own spiritual evolution, and do it wholeheartedly. You are doing it for your joy. Unless you do service, you really don't know what joy it gives you. Okay. And it helps you physically also. It will help you to have good health, because once your karmas are getting neutralized, eventually your health improves, and also you will be evolving on a soul level. At the end of the day, you feel joyful. That is the takeaway. Okay, friends. So thank you very much. So tomorrow we will discuss about Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, Raja Yoga. So thank you very much. Namaste to all of you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Master Pradeep. It was just a lot of learning from you regarding this services. What is proper service? And many myths and doubts have been cleared by just listening to you today. And thanks for answering all the questions. And the questions which were posted today also were really nice. Thanks to all the masters for coming. And I have also been enjoying this volunteering. And I also got a few of my doubts cleared with this. Thank you, Master. And I'm really enjoying this. So thank you all. See you all tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
Thank you. Bye-bye.